A young woman betrayed herself for 300 million yuan and married a vegetative man. For fun, she teased her husband daily. First, she put a funny wig on him and took photos to post on her WeChat moments. Then, one day, she received a 5 million yuan transfer from her mother-in-law, telling her to wake him up and receive a large sum of money. First, she endured the smell of his stinky socks and tickled his soles, but it didn't work. Then she hit his knees with a hammer and then slammed the stinky socks back on them. After trying all sorts of outrageous methods, nothing worked. Just as she was about to take a break, she suddenly realized that her husband was incredibly handsome. Just then, his heartbeat suddenly accelerated. Thinking she had succeeded, she realized she had stepped on the oxygen tube. Frantically, she ripped off the oxygen mask to check, only to find that her husband was dead. Terrified, she quickly packed her bags and fled, wondering how her good intentions had led to such a disaster. As she was about to flee the mansion, her mother-in-law stopped her. She said her husband was in trouble. Her legs gave out, thinking she was about to be exposed, but her mother-in-law dodged behind her and saw that her husband had miraculously woken up. It turned out that those haphazard attempts had inadvertently restored his consciousness. But his mother-in-law sadly said his brain wasn't fully healed, and now he had the IQ of a 5-year-old. The woman, however, secretly rejoiced. A foolish husband was the guarantee of a happy life. Then, moved by her mother-in-law, she gifted him 10 more properties. The next day, at the celebration banquet, the cousin, jealous of the inheritance, furious that his plans had been ruined, insulted him by slamming a cake in his face. Seeing her husband being bullied, the woman flew into a rage and kicked her cousin in the crotch. The cousin cried and complained to the elders, but she immediately announced that she was pregnant with her husband's child, leaving the whole crowd speechless. No one noticed. The foolish husband's eyes lit up when he heard this. He had long since returned to normal. He had just been playing dumb. If you want to know when my husband will return to normal, then follow me.